session, so we have prepared speeches lined up. So let me introduce our first speaker, a software engineer from Kodambakam with a passion for marathon, and he loves to travel. So before I welcome the speaker one, Toastmaster Arvind, on stage, so let me ask his evaluator, DTM Gayatri, to read his project objectives.
Arvind is attempting understanding your communication style. And the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their primary style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of their style on others. The member will deliver a well-organized speech about some aspect of communication style. They can choose to speak about their own communication style or the impact of the communication style on them. It can be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses, but it should not be a report on the content of the Understanding Communication Style project that the member should have gone through before this. The speech length would be 5 to 7 minutes. Time over.
Thank you, Gayatri. London Dreams, Toastmaster Arvind, London Dreams.
Thanks for this wonderful introduction and discussion as well. Very good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
Do you remember Orkut? Social media. Orkut, right? It was the time when Orkut was ruling the social space and Facebook was just looking up. The story happens during the era of that time when two boys from Kerala, after completing their bachelor's degree, and they are not in a very good shape, in the sense they are not in a very good job, not in a very good path. So they want to take a life-challenging decision. Hence, they immediately, after researching so many areas, they thought of applying for a master's degree and to pursue a master's degree abroad. Finally, they come to a conclusion and they got an admission and they are going to travel to London. And this story happens in 16th September 2009. The itinerary was like from Trivandrum to London, and they have a layover in Mumbai for about 10 hours. As the international airport law says, they won't be able to enter to the international airport gate before 3 hours departure. Hence, these two guys thought of just walk around, just explore the outskirts of Mumbai. They started walking out. They were chatting, they are recollecting their good old memories, and they are well excited about their future. Halfway through, the clouds became dark. It started raining suddenly. It's pouring like anything. These two guys have a bag in their back and having passport in it. Even though it is waterproof bag, they don't want to take a risk. They saw an auto rickshaw nearby. They started running and grabbed that auto, and they made it to the international airport safely. They entered to the airport with excitement. They're going to start a new journey. They went to the Mumbai airport, and Mumbai airport itself is an amazing masterpiece. It's the architecture, the ambience, everything is amazing. So they entered to the immigration officer, gave their passport to them with an excitement and a glow in their face. And the immigration officer flipped the pages. The excitement in their face became nervous. Flip the page, more nervous. Again flip. There is a relief. The passport got wet, and the pages also got wet. And once the immigration officer reached the passport page having their visa is dry, safely they are able to travel. With some advice from the immigration officer, the gates in front of them open to catch their London train. Their flight took off. Reached London Heathrow Airport. Heathrow Airport itself is a masterpiece, I have to say. We need a map and a snap to reach one point to another point. One of the guys who used Orkut before to find the university community, and he got a lot of students over there and other community members as well. And he got contact with one of the guys, and he was very trustworthy, and he said, okay, guys, come on. I will help you with finding an accommodation and help you with the local subsidy. Looking into this guy reached, after reaching in London, he gave a call to his parents. Mom, Dad, we reached here safely, we are all good. Just waiting a explain and disconnect. He saw a message in his mobile. So 150 rupees deducted. He got a balance of 500 rupees in his mobile. 2009, 500 rupees looks a good amount. However, the money is vanished. He immediately called his parents again. They got panic. What happened, son? What happened? No, nothing. Please recharge for 2000 rupees. And he then called to the other guy who he contacted via Orkut. Hey brother, we reached here safely. So he replied like, okay, yeah, good. So I will guide you. You can follow my instructions and reach on time. Okay. Go through the subway, head to the bus station. There you can see National Express bus and look for the bus where you need to travel. Buy 2 tickets for your place. It's called Western. And once you got into the bus, give me a call. And if you have time, grab some breakfast in the subway. These two guys with very excitement, and they are into a new world, right? They never traveled beyond South India before. And they are into a new world, and they're excited with this London Heathrow airport and new people, new faces. It's a new experience for them. Even though they have so many challenges before. The excitement and the positive attitude is pushing them to move forward. They walk through the subways in all these shops. They flew and flown out there. They reach the bus station. They go to the counter, asked, can we get 2 tickets to Leicester? Alright, mate, yeah. He gave 2 tickets. When is the bus? It starts in 30 minutes, mate. Okay, thank you. He said his time in his watch. And they seems they had 30 minutes. So they went back to the subway to grab their breakfast. And they had a sandwich with the breakfast. And they came back. When they come back, like they noticed 2 things. One, the watch stopped and the time there is 15 minutes ahead. And the bus to their destination, Leicester, is already gone. So he went to the counter. Mate, I think the bus is gone. Oh, don't worry, mate. I'll give you another ticket, pay me extra £5, and be sure you don't miss that bus. I don't have any other tickets. Okay, thank you. And these 2 guys were looking at each other because they are not punctual at all. And they were saying, okay, we have to be really punctual in this country. Second, you would be wondering what is the second thing, right? There is a shop next to that counter. It's called Subway, the burger shop. And this is a shop his friend was mentioning. Without knowing this, these guys walk all the way back to the Subway, which is the tunnel, for their breakfast. After coming back, they realized, okay, this is something weird for us. There are so many bad incidents in their journey, right? The Mumbai incidents, the rain, the passport got wet, finally they got into this flight, and they missed the bus in the first incident. These can be treated as a bad moment. However, with positive attitude and a smile in their face, they walked into the new country. And spending a couple of years, they had so many real stories to say. Before I conclude, you will be wondering, who are those 2 guys, right? One of his friends' name is Manu, and the other one is me, Arif. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aravind, for sharing your journey. Quite an adventurous one. And I think he mentioned about Orkut so many times, right? Like for all the Gen Z kids over here, so that was the Facebook of 90s kids. Let's move on to the next speaker. Okay, this is an interesting person. He's going to his 2nd innings with our club after a huge break. Regular speaker, winner of table topic contest at the area level. So let me, before introducing with Toastmaster Chandar on stage, so let me call his evaluator, Toastmaster Satya, to read out his project objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, everyone. The speaker is attempting the pathway engaging humor, and the project is Know Your Sense of Humor. The purpose of this project is for the member to begin developing collection of humor stories and present a speech that includes humor. So basically, we learn something from the project that we do in Pathways, and from this project all the learning is how to incorporate humor in a speech. Good luck to the speaker. Timer to note it is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satya. Heights of hypocrisy. Toastmaster Chanda. Toastmaster Chanda, heights of hypocrisy.
Just after every Toastmaster meeting ends in a club, our president would call me, give his phone, ask it to be placed at the top of my head. Imagine myself to be a selfie stick, continuously rotate my head so that I get a 360-degree view of our club, and that would give a better mileage in our Facebook page. It just doesn't stop here. Every time I go to any showroom to purchase a full-on size shirt, the maximum size shirt which they give could only accommodate half my elbow. To look very decent, I have to pull up the sleeves like this and make it very comfortable. A normal half-hand shirt for any person would be like a sleeveless version for me. A normal full-size pant would be like a 3/4 version, and the 3/4 version would be like a trouser, and I would leave the rest for you to imagine further. Friends, Toastmasters and guests, good morning.
Good morning.
Today I am going to talk about my experiences of being 6'2" in height and going to go against a statement. It says, height இருக்கிறவனுக்கு எந்த பிரச்சனையுமே இல்லை. How many of you here love travel? Well, a very good number. Just like any of you, I also chose travel as the option to recharge myself. And the first mode of transport I selected was a train. As I was embarking on my first overnight train journey, I went to the compartment with my full duty and at least an hour before the actual scheduled time. I noted that I was allocated the upper berth. I kept my first step at the ladder only to know that the lower portion of my body is still at the lower berth. But my head has already reached more than the upper berth and going to collide with the train top. To avoid this, I have to do a series of 2 exercises continuously in the same order. One being the vertical Surya Namaskara like this, commemorating International Yoga Day, and second doing vertical backstroke completely to go inside the berth and accommodate myself. After doing these things, I also have to train my head like an AI model, not to wake up all of a sudden, as it will again collide with the train top. So I have to make it understand that slow, steady, and that's when it wins the race of even getting down and going for a basic restroom activity. After doing this series of things, at least for 3 to 4 times, my neck and my back gave way and I started navigating like Peranagan Surya here and there. Seeing this, our oldies like our Toastmaster Vijayarangan used to shout at me, "Oh young man, at this young age, you are putting poon on your back. At your age, we were having the combined energy of Roger Federer and Virat Kohli put together." As usual, these old guys will always play basketball in my life. That's why I cooled myself and slowly started closing my eyes and fell asleep. All of a sudden, I was awakened by a loud thud, and it was from the TTR standing beside me. I immediately gave the ticket to him, but he told that it is not because of the ticket, but because a complaint has been raised against me by a co-passenger. Just like everyone are thinking now, I was also thinking what actually was the case. But this co-passenger introduced himself as the person at the side of the berth, just adjacent to my upper berth. He was having visual darshan of Lord Vishnu's Pada darshan in his dreams. All of a sudden, he was awakened by my Pada darshan as my legs directly fell on top of his head. I tried explaining these guys that this was not done deliberately, and this was because my height being 6'2", berth size being very very small, and my legs being too long, directly went into the gap between the upper berth and the side upper berth and got placed directly in the side upper berth, where this co-passenger was sincerely nodding his head in his dreams. Even though I tried explaining all these cases correctly, they didn't even budge to my request, and I was made to write an apology letter. This apology letter stated that every time I undergo an overnight train travel, I have to book 2 train tickets to completely accommodate my whole body. Just imagine the pain of booking a single ticket in Tatkal using one single Aadhaar ID itself is such a painstaking affair. I have to book 2 train tickets just to accommodate my whole body. This event made me understand that train journey is certainly not the mode of transport which I have to prefer. That's when I went to the second mode of transport, which was the bus. I went to the newly inaugurated bus stand and saw a brand new BS6 bus painted in yellow. This gave me a Manjal Mangala feel. I went into the bus immediately and booked the seater option, even though there were sleeper options available. As the journey was slowly progressing smoothly, the co-passenger who was sitting just before me slowly used the pushback lever and went at 180-degree throttle suddenly. This was causing severe inconvenience to me as there was very slow and small leg space available. And now I have to go and sit around like him. After doing this for certain time and say intervals, I had to also use the pushback lever and completely go at 180-degree throttle like an auto driver. All of a sudden, when I was doing this and pressing it hard, the pushback lever came away, and due to the brake applied by the driver, I vertically plunged backward into like a PSLV rocket and fell directly on top of an auntie who was sitting behind me. This auntie started screaming and scolding a lot, and all the passengers started coming near her as though I had done something wrong. I explained all the Newton's principles, inertia, kinetic energy, thermodynamics, but no one paid heed to any of my requests. And at the end, the conductor who came in told me that I have to pay a penalty of 2,000 rupees plus GST. And as a mistake being done by me, I have to take the side upper berth at the last portion of the bus. People who actually travel frequently would be knowing that the last berth in any bus is one of the most dreadful options one could ever take. The actual size of the bus, which was completely sealed on both the sides, could only accommodate my size from my neck till my knee. So throughout the journey, I was like a crybaby with hands at the top, legs at the top, crying all my way from Chennai till Tirchi. This made me understand that this bus is not Manjal Mangala, but Padaya Bangala. This event also made me to think that bus journey is also not my cup of tea. And that's when I thought that travel itself started to spell hell for me every time I think about it. Even now, after speaking n number of experiences about me, our evaluator would come and say, Chandar, you are too close with the audience that the first 2 people would think that there's a beast standing in front of him whenever I do any hand and leg moves. But all thanks to my height. That's why I would like to say, friends, it's very easy to poke fun on others, but the person who is undergoing everything will only know each and every activity and each and every process involved with him. No pain and no gain is absolutely fine, but don't gain in putting others in pain. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Chandar. At a moment, I was wondering whether I'm hearing a prepared speech or a fitness session. Yoga, back bend. People normally say that, right? Destination doesn't matter, what matters is the journey. But after hearing 2 journeys from the 2 speakers, I'm wondering whether to travel on. Let's see what the 3rd speaker has in store for us. So he's having 25 years of experience in automotive industry, in supply chain field. He likes traveling and meeting different people. And we also used to call him the last minute savior of our club, because most of the roles that he has played are signed up in the last minute. So before welcoming Toastmaster Venkatesh, so let me ask his evaluator, Toastmaster Tejasvi, to read his project objectives.
Good morning to all. Toastmaster Venkatesh is presenting his Level 3 Project 1 from the Pathway Dynamic Leadership. The purpose of this speech is for the member to inspire the audience. The speech content should be engaging and the speaker entertaining or moving. I wish Toastmaster Venkatesh the very best of luck.
Passing the legacy, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Toastmaster Venkatesh passing the legacy.
I live in an apartment In our apartment complex, some of the securities are over 60-year-old. They forced work because of their financial necessity. Hardly they used to work for 12 hours in a shift. Sometimes if the delivery is on off, they are forced to extend the shift by another 12 hours, which means they have to work for 24 hours a day, even at their age. As and when I find a time, I talk to them and understand about their family background, how do they manage their family expenses, what led them to choose this profession. They shared their hard struggle to story. It was embarrassing to me. We have never imagined those stories in our life, and we don't want to have that type of situation in our life. I often tell to my children, those security guards are working very hard at this stage because they didn't have proper education during their childhood, as well as they didn't study well, which led them to financial struggles as they grow old. And that I always tell to my children, we have to be grateful for the life what we have. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests.
Good morning.
During my childhood, whenever I went with my father used to carry 10 to 15 1 rupee coin in his packet. Whenever we see someone who is in need or asking for money, he would give me the coin and ask me to hand over to them. So back in 1990s, 1 rupee coin has a great value. So with this 1 rupee coin, we would be able to buy a cup of tea and 2 butter biscuit packets. Many of you may not be knowing, at that time tea cost 50 paise and biscuit was 25 paise. During festival time, when we visited temple, my father used to carry bunch of coins. We could see lot of poor individuals sitting on both sides in front of the temple. He would give me the coin and ask me to distribute it to everyone. Ensure everyone gets at least 1 coin without missing. Sometimes while distributing the coin, some people say, we have poor kids in our home, please give me extra coin. Okay, immediately without any hesitation, I give it to them 1 additional coin. By noticing these things, others started to follow the same strategy. Everyone was saying some stories, so unknowingly I gave them more coin. Many of you would have seen one Tamil movie. Hero was having a lovely brother. His brother's name was Manikandan. Whenever someone say his name is Manikandan, so without any intention you give them gold coin and whatever the money he had. One fine day money in front of home, there were huge crowd. Everyone was saying, my name is Manikandan, I need something. So this is how it happens. Then my father advised me, so you must give 1 coin per person so that everybody gets at least 1 coin. In nowadays, everybody knows 1 rupee coin has no value at all. Even if we offer to somebody, they say it has got no value, please give them some extra money or food. Specifically, they mention biryani. See, even if we, sometimes if we give them the money, they look at our face and look at the coin face and our face and they scan us from top to bottom as if we have made some big crime. In our apartment complex, we have 9 security guards and 6 sweepers. During weekend, myself and my kids, we go to supermarket and we could buy lot of biscuit packets and ask my kids to distribute to them. While the time of distributing, I could see lot of happiness in my kids' face as well as the face of those who receive the biscuit packets. A few days back, we celebrated our daughter's birthday. We went to supermarket and bought a box of 5-star chocolate. I asked my kids to distribute it to your friends. They went down. Then they came in 10 minutes. I asked them, have you distributed the chocolates to everybody? They said no. I asked them why. I gave you 1 full box of chocolate for each. It has got 70 pieces inside. Why you didn't? They said everything got finished. My son said, no, Papa was giving more chocolates to every individual. Then my daughter was, no, I didn't give. So my Anna was giving more chocolates to everyone. Then that's why it got exhausted. See, we are in the fast-paced world. We don't have time to talk to each other. We don't have encouraged to talk to each other. My father has a simple and yet powerful formula. Whenever you meet someone, immediately he asks the first question, have you had any food? Would you like to have anything? So by having grown by seeing my father's nature, I started to follow the same thing with many of my friends and other relatives. One day many of them told me, aside from my mother, you are the one who asked us about our well-being in this way. So this made me really very happy. I am trying to pass on the value my father instilled on me to my own children. I think many of you are maybe doing the same thing. If not, I urge everyone to initiate the same thing so that others can truly get benefited. Thank you.